So you want to know the secrets to making more money as a personal trainer? You came to the right video. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can be a fitness marketer first, coach second, how you can learn how to sell at the highest level, which is serving. We're going to teach you how to position yourself from an average fit pro to a dynamic fit pro. And we're going to talk about how you can create valuable, intentional, shareable, and relatable content to separate you from other fitness professionals. All the secrets to making more money as a personal trainer. So make sure to watch this video. And while you're at it, make sure to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys inside the video.
Thank you so much, guys, for being here today. I'm really appreciative to take the time, and I'm super excited to have you because I know that you guys have some amazing news to share.
Daniel, what is going on? So over here from California, crazy California with this pandemic going on. So thank you for having Chris and myself back on. This is the second time we've been on your show. So thank you very much. And again, two humongous sets of eyebrows and these Zoom screens taking over everything.
Yeah, that Zoom is, thank God for Zoom, but I'm not a big fan of this. I way liked it so much better when we were in person.
Oh yeah.
The podcast was so much cooler, and I cannot wait to get back to that normal, but I appreciate it, and we make the best of it. So
yeah.
So I'm excited for you guys because you just said that you actually have a new book coming out, and I cannot wait to hear more about it because I really know and heard, I haven't read it, but I'm going to read it as soon as I get my copy, is that I wanted to share it with our audience because it's literally speaking to our actual audience. Is that right?
Absolutely. And if I could sum it up for your audience, like in an elevator pitch, this book, Rise of the Fit Pros, is to help you make an additional $1,000 to $2,000 per month using the concepts and frameworks that we have in this business book. So literally, we wrote this book in November, and we're just putting it out literally like in a week, from now. And we're excited because, I mean, we've worked with, hundreds of fitness professionals the past 3 years in our Dynamic Fit Pros program and helping them make more income, influence, impact, and independence. So everything that we've kind of learned the past decade with entrepreneur scars, investing money, losing money, being in tight knit circles. We've learned all this stuff and put it all into this book. So we're really excited to get it out to fitness professionals, help them make an additional $1,000 to $2,000 per month.
That's awesome. And this, so is this book for personal trainers, coaches, online coaches, basically all the above? So what would be like, if somebody reads this book, what should they expect or what should they do? Is give them like a guideline on what they should do every day?
Yeah, absolutely. So this book is literally for personal trainers, online coaching, online coaches that are already in the game with it, yoga teachers, Pilates, CrossFit, you name it, so that's the beauty of this because the frameworks, the concepts, everything that we teach in it are very applicable to any type of coach. And more importantly, to go online and have a consulting business. So some of the things to expect in it is literally, how do you tell your story and how do you, really just get narrow down your personal brand, your niche, your avatar, your clientele. How do you differentiate yourself as a personal trainer from all the other ones out there? Your messaging, pricing, packages, how to create lifetime valuable customers. There's so much in this book that we put into it to where if they really read through it and they take action, like on all the frameworks and all the cool little images that we have in there, then they're going to put themselves in a great position.
Yeah. And I think too, Daniel, like just to add to that, what makes this book different and what's made us different, like from other, fitness business coaches is we don't sit there and, advocate to go 100% online. We sit there and advocate the hybrid training model of in-person and online. And I know this pandemic has hit us, but I still believe though, there's going to be an opportunity for still doing one-to-one, personal training. I don't think that's going to get completely wiped out, but yeah, absolutely. Right now you have to have an online component if you're doing personal training in person. And that's what this book teaches you how to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than ever before, people want to be socializing because they have been closed down and social distance, aka social distancing. So this would be perfect timing. And did the book already come out so people can actually buy it?
So no, it actually comes out, in a week. Depending when you put this out, it'll probably be out. But yeah, our goal, it was funny because our goal was to put this out in late February of this year, but then everything kind of hit right with this pandemic. So we were just like, this probably isn't a good time to put this out. And we had to kind of just step back a little bit and just even tweak it up a little bit and just see the bigger picture. And right now, is a best time than ever, just because again, so many personal trainers have been put out of their jobs. So many gyms have been closed down to where this book literally is going to bring people hope. And that's my whole intention behind it. Is a $10 book, can bring you so much value and so much hope as a fitness professional going forward, and show you the possibilities of your future going online, having different revenue streams, creating more impact, helping more people, literally just having one of the best professions ever in the world. So yeah, I mean, it was frustrating not being able to launch it when we did, but I think it all happened for a reason.
Yeah, guys. And you know that $10 for a book is just unbelievable, because every book that I have read, and here's the thing, if you read a book, I just recommend that you have like intentions of what you want to learn or what you want to get out of that single book. So now most of the trainers, I mean, as sad as it sounds, but because this hit happened with the social distancing and everything, now when they read this book, they will be so open to what you're saying in it, that they're probably going to get way more out of it than when they were in their regular bubble, their day-to-day life. And they're like, I'm not going to do what they say. I'm already happy where I am. But now nobody's happy. So they're going to be so much more open, and whatever you're saying in a book, for them to try it out, because at this point, it cannot hurt whatever it is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. And then what I was going to say too is like, one of our core tenets in our Dynamic Fit Pro program is to be a fitness marketer first and a coach second. And I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, but it's the reality of it. You're going to be a part-time marketer. You're going to learn sales, right? If you really want to take your profession to that next level, which we advocate, right? And in this book, it's literally a decade of like us sifting through marketing, sales books, investing in courses, investing in $20,000, $25,000 masterminds, coaching days, right? Everything in 10 years is bundled inside this 125-page book. So it really is a no-brainer if you're a Fit Pro.
And so let's talk about that too. So because you guys have been at it for a while. So when did you actually, both of you, when did you guys started in the fitness industry? Let's start with training clients first, because you guys did that. And then now you guys training actual trainers and gym owners. So let's start with the very beginning. So the audience, if they haven't heard of you, but I'm pretty sure they did, but if they haven't for some reason, then you guys can fill them in so they know that they're talking to the actual pros who wrote the book.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want to take it way back. So it was about a decade ago, so we've been in this whole fitness industry for about a decade, and that's how we first started, right? As, personal trainers. We worked at a commercial gym. Then we went into a, private gym to where it was just like one-to-one, where we paid, an overhead rent there, got a lot of clients, learned a lot of different skills. And then we hired a mentor, Dr. Lane Norton, and he was doing online very early on, and we kind of saw, oh man, like this is going to explode, going forward. So we learned under him for a few years, saw everything he was doing, and we're just like, there's two of us. We have a big passion for this. We could do this, and we could probably even do this even better. So that's when the light bulb moment hit, and we built our business, Dynamic Duo Training, which was all online based. And, we've served thousands of clients for, I want to say 7 to 8 years. And then after that, the last 3 years, we started our Dynamic Inner Circle, Dynamic Fit Pro program, helping personal trainers, build and scale their businesses online and in person. So that's kind of where all this kind of just took off.
Yeah, that is amazing, because so many people I have met, and then they went through the actual steps just like you guys did, and that's the best way, because, I'm pretty sure you two and all of our listeners right now could relate to this, but I have received, and I'm guarantee you everybody who's listening right now also receives on LinkedIn, Facebook, and even Instagram, those DMs when people can guarantee you the 100 new clients, just like in the email you receive, I can guarantee you the #1 spot on Google. So that's happening all the time. And then to hear that you two actually went through the whole process, how people are supposed to actually get better, and then eventually they master it, and then they reteach it and learn it after the 10,000 hours invested. It's just really good and reassuring, to hear that you guys actually did that and had a mentor as well.
Yeah. And let me add to that point. That's a great point, Daniel, that you bring up, because there is so many just like fake coaches that will just, overpromise and underdeliver. And that has never been our motto as coaches and mentors to our students. Okay. So it's like when we say, we struggled, I mean, we really struggled, when we first started off, like building our online business, like it was tough. Even till this day, it's been tough building a business. It's not an easy thing. And if people understand that and reframe their mind that it's more of like a lifestyle, that you have to play the infinite game, not the finite game in business, then it's going to be a much more enjoyable process. And understand that like you're learning, you're a constant student, you're helping people, you're serving people, you're changing lives. And that's the beauty of it. I mean, that's the instant gratification that you are chasing as a fitness professional. So I just like to put that out there because there is no easy handouts in a business or building a business. And you know that too, Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also I wanted to ask you guys too, because you also have the inner circle, which is also, I mean, what do you call your mastermind group that you have for actual trainers and coaches? Because I see that you guys had that when you get the personal trainers together.
Yeah. So like we started off with, if you see the banner back there, it says Dynamic Inner Circle. So that was all strictly a VIP program where we had, fitness professionals come to Los Angeles, for 6 hours. We'd break down their whole business. Then we'd have an 8-week continuation with that program. But now, since we've done that for 3 years and the whole pandemic hit, I don't know if a lot of people are going to be flying cross country to Los Angeles and spending 6 hours with us right now. So that's why our new program is called the Dynamic Fit Pro program. That's a 6-week program, which I can talk more about, or we can talk about later, but that's also in the book as well too. So we had to shift a little bit too, just like everybody else during this pandemic,
So then when you guys meet together with the people, and even in the 6 weeks program, do you guys spend time on talking about the numbers so the trainers understand that numbers are important, or sales or anything like that? Because so often I meet personal trainers, unfortunately, and gym owners that they don't know their numbers. So I just wanted to ask you about it. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we actually have our CPA. He actually did a couple of modules for this program. And then we also have somebody with fitness law that comes in. And then we also have a financial advisor that has all videos in this stuff, because I believe even if you're a fitness professional, like, to be a well-rounded entrepreneur, it's like you said, you have to know your numbers, and you have to know somewhat of a baseline stuff with like taxes, fitness law. I'm not saying you have to be an expert. That's why you hire out, but you have to sit there and have a baseline knowledge, because then you're going to screw some things up that you don't want to sit there and go down those rabbit holes with by making mistakes or trying to cut corners. And also, if you hire somebody out, they can't screw you because you have a baseline knowledge already of some of these different areas.
Yep.
Yeah. And do you guys have any recommendations for gym owners, personal trainers, what they should use as far as people or software or anything like that in the book too, or no?
I'm not sure if we mentioned exactly what the software stuff is in the book, but I mean, obviously, what I just tell my students is literally like, if you want to just start off, use like a basic, Excel spreadsheet, have your profit and losses, expenses, all that stuff, what you're doing within the context of your business. But then you can go up to doing like, what's it called? Quickbooks. There's another one called, I think it's called Xerox or something like that, but there's different platforms that you could use. And then obviously you want to get to that level where you hire a bookkeeper or a really good CPA that's going to really keep track of all that stuff.
Yeah, because I'll tell you a quick story. Like when we first started off with Dynamic, this was probably 2013. This is when we first got profitable, man. And we moved to Los Angeles in a tiny little studio. And we got super lucky because we were only paying $1,000 for rent. And that's all we did was just work. We didn't know anybody out here. We didn't do much, right? So we stacked a lot of money. And we made a huge mistake of just trying to do everything ourselves. And then when it came tax season time to hire somebody, we had to pay, I think, like close to $50,000 in taxes. And that was our mistake. Luckily, we had the money there for it, but that was like a huge light bulb to where it's like, look, like,
yeah,
never again. Like, we're going to start this fresh the next year. We're hiring somebody to do this stuff because I'm not paying $50K every single year for taxes. There's no way.
I blame that on Chris.
And guys, if you're listening, as funny as it sounds right now, it's very painful. And then the second is that I made this mistake too. And I met so many successful entrepreneurs who made the same exact mistake, especially when it comes to money, taxes, and all these things. So if you guys hearing this, don't just like, oh, if I have time, I'm not profitable, or whatever you're thinking or saying. That is not true. Everybody thought that at first, and then all of a sudden it hit you like a brick, and you just lost so much money, or you might even run out of business because just for that little reason. So make sure you're listening to what you are saying and what Chris and Eric was saying just now, because it makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
it does.
Something else too, really quick, is like some of our students, like, they were freaking out when this pandemic hit. We put them at ease and told them to start applying for like the PPP and even like the EIDL, right? Because trying to get some of that money out there. And some of the students that we recommended in the past, like, hey, go with these CPAs and stuff like that. The ones that listen, they got like $10,000 checks, from these aides out there. And they were just not as frantic and not as worried anymore because they listened, right? The other ones that didn't listen, I mean, obviously they were kind of scrambling to figure out how to pay bills for a little bit.
Yeah. And let me add to that really quick too, because the ones that we told too, right? We're like, you know what, a CPA and a bookkeeper obviously is an investment, right? You know, you have to pay these people, you know, if they're putting really good work into your business. And a lot of them were like, it's an extra expense. And it was just, again, that scarce mindset, right? The money belief system. And that's exactly what we try to do with our students. And even in this book, we talk a lot about is just like rewiring your brain to have a good positive energy and relationship with money. You know, money's good. Don't have that scarce mindset to where if you're a business owner, if you're trying to scale your business, get to the next level, you're going to have to spend money to make money. And it's very important.
Yeah, that is very, very important. I'm so glad that you guys brought it up, and I'm so glad that you guys actually touching about it in the book with a CPA, with modules and everything. That's really good to hear because not many people do that. And then, so what would be like a number one takeaway? If you'd have to say just one takeaway you think, and I know everybody's different, but let's say maybe your favorite takeaway or something that's relating to the current state of our life, what do you think would be like number one takeaway from the book?
Go for it, Eric. You're a minute older.
I'll go first, man. So I like this acronym called Own, Create, and Serve, right? So this is something that I've used all throughout, 10 years of being an entrepreneur, and it could be used for any type of business, right? So just the foundational part, own, create, and serve. So no matter what, always take extreme ownership for you being the leader, your business, all the stuff that you're pushing forward. If you make mistakes, if you don't get clients results, if you make a bad decision, take extreme ownership to grow as that leader and get better. Then create, right? You're a creator no matter what. As a fitness professional, entrepreneur, business owner, you have to create. So whether you're creating products, in-person stuff, whatever it is, service-based business, you are a creator. So whatever you're putting out there, make sure it's really, really good stuff. It's going to help people. And then again, if it fails, take ownership. Then serve, right? You're a servant. You're serving people no matter what going forward. So be the ultimate server out there. Go above and beyond, over deliver, all that stuff.
All right, Daniel. So I'm going to try to top this guy. That was pretty good. So my biggest takeaway is an acronym that we talk about in the book. It's called ADAPT, ADAPT. It's perfect timing right now during the pandemic because you, the fitness professional, you have to ask yourself, are you ready to adapt? And the A stands for accept. So are you ready to accept like what's happening right now? That the fitness industry is changing. The landscape is going to be different when we go back into this. Okay, so you have to accept that. The D is deliver. Are you ready to deliver? And I mean over deliver, not half-ass deliver, like literally wow your clients, your community, the people that are supporting you like on social media, all that stuff. You have to be that leader and that expert that they need. Then the A stands for adapt. Again, are you ready to adapt as a fitness professional? And then the PT stands for personal trainer. So are you ready to adapt as a personal trainer?
Those both two things, guys, if you take action on it and when you read this book or just take action on what you guys said, that would be pretty amazing already. And you are just one step, if not even more ahead than compared to the competition who is not doing anything, just waiting it out. So exactly. Yeah, that's really good. And I'm happy that you guys doing this. And then I wanted to also ask you, so what would be like just any tip besides from the book or anything that you guys might have or any message or anything that you would want to share for the current personal trainers or gym owners who are struggling through these downtimes?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing, is like, I wish I had all these answers. We did a podcast series with 30, fitness professionals, getting their advice around this pandemic. Like what would happen if like you lost everything and you rebuilt everything on your skills? What are you currently doing right now? Like to get through this stuff. And it was a lot of different perspectives on this. But like what I would say, Daniel, is just like, you have to reframe your mindset, man, to where like, this is an opportunity. It's not a disaster. It's an opportunity, because if you go down that route of thinking this is a disaster, it's going to screw with your mind. Your confidence is going to get low. You're going to lose that like belief in yourself. And when you lose like the belief, the certainty, and the confidence goes down as an entrepreneur, man, that's a dark path you don't want to go down. So do anything you can to just keep training, like your mind, training your body, being around like family, people that are constantly uplifting you, and just stay positive and just take it one day at a time. I mean, that's the best advice I can give, man. I wish it was better.
Yeah. And for me, I like that, Chris. And for me, it just be, don't attach yourself to things, right? So again, don't attach yourself to people, relationships, business, because again, there's so much that's out of our control that we cannot do, right? And we never know what's going to happen next going forward. So if we have that ability and that skill set not to attach ourselves to something, I mean, it's going to make you a stronger entrepreneur, just, EQ wise, just mentally, everything. So again, if you're a personal trainer, maybe you were attached to like the gym that you went to and you served. Again, it was out of your control what happened. If you're a gym owner, you're attached to your gym, everything, right? Again, there's only so much you can control. So for me, it's just, don't get attached to things.
Those are both really great. So thank you for that. And then I hope you guys heard it out and it resonates with you, because that's something that is just spoken from the heart, and it's very true. And I also just wanted to, thank everybody listening, of course. We understand how hard it could be. And then for the ones who make amazing opportunity from this, congratulations, because then you're going to be able to hire all the people that need jobs right now and help the people, move forward. So that's also, thank you for that. And then guys, where can people find you right now, and where can they find the book eventually?
Yeah. And once again, Daniel, thanks for having us on. And yeah, people can find us on, Instagram, at Chris and Eric Martinez. If you want to get a copy of the book, Rise of the Fit Pros, you can head on over to riseofthefitpros.com and get your book there. It's on Audible as well too. And, physical copy as well.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to make sure to link it in so everybody can check it out. And I'm super excited to hear that it's on Audible too, because it's just really cool to turn it on while you're driving, wherever you're going, and just listen to it. So that's awesome. And I just wanted to, thank you so much, guys, for coming on a podcast. I know that you're busy and you're working on lots of things and getting busy with the book launch as well. So thank you for doing the podcast. And again, just thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Daniel. Appreciate it, man. And it was really good just catching up before we hit the record button. Glad you guys are doing well. Glad you have a good game plan going forward. And yeah, thanks again. I really appreciate
thank you.
Friendship and just the relationship we've built over the years. It's been awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. And
hey, thank you so much for watching this video and another episode on pro tips on living a dynamic lifestyle. We truly appreciate it. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of it. If you're interested in getting more value like this from these pro tips, make sure to subscribe above. We're going to be dropping these daily. Also, if you are a fitness professional and you're looking to create more income, impact, influence, and independence, we just dropped our new book, Rise of the Fit Pros, so you guys can do all of that. And you can also start building your hybrid training model of in-person and online training. So make sure to click the link or the book right here to grab your guys' copy, and we'll send it over to you. Other than that, we're out. Talk to you soon.